to remind us that Torah is taught by all to each other, because we are the people of the book, not just the rabbis and the scholars of the book. We continue our Drishat Shalom program, as our drush is going to be given by Jason Gelfand.
Hello everybody. My name is Jason Andrew Gelfand, and yes, the reason why I go to this school is because my initials are JAG. I'd like to start off by sharing my thanks to a few people prior to my speech. I have to start off by thanking my Auntie Sherry for not only mentoring me at school, but for the last 18 years of my life. I'm so grateful for the impact you've had on me, and I can't wait for all the happy memories to come. I'd like to thank my parents and my grandparents and also my brother for always loving me and being the best supporters in me, and I love you all more than you could ever imagine. I'd also like to thank my cantor Judy Greenfeld for guiding my steps into a world of Judaism that I'm so happy to have entered with you, and I'm so proud to work alongside you as I continue to grow and quench my thirst for Judaism. I'd also like to thank my school mom, Orit Schwartz, for always taking care of me. For always taking care of me at school and helping me with anything I need. You're truly the best. And lastly, to the entire faculty and Dr. Powell, especially at NUJU, and to all my incredible and amazing friends in the class of 2013. I bet I could express to you what many of you are thinking right now, whether it's, when is this kid going to be over so I can go home already and get some sleep? Or, I really just want to get to my next class so I can take that test and go home. Well, regardless of whether that's actually what you're thinking or not, those are some of the thoughts that I think about daily, and I have to say, I really regret that. I find myself complaining a lot more than I'd expect myself to, about big things, small things, all sorts of things. Human beings are prone to complaining, and we always tend to make every positive situation negative and every negative situation positive, which we then compare and complain about how we want something different. But if you really think about it, do we have the right to complain about these things? Already today, I've heard 5 people come up to me and tell me that they're tired, or they want to go home, or they still think it's crazy that as a second semester senior we have so much homework to do. But let's take a step back from our day-to-day life. Why is it that at such an incredible school, with such a warm environment and the best teachers and student body, that we all choose to walk around complaining all the time about something we wish or we did or didn't have? I chose Baha Elotaha as my Drishat Shalom because it was the Torah portion I read at my bar mitzvah 5 years ago. I was able to go back and read my bar mitzvah speech from when I was 13 and compare my thoughts on this portion and how my morals and values have matured over the years. Not only do I think it's so cool that I was able to do that, but I have to say my morals and values really haven't changed that much since then. In Baha Elotaha, the Israelites are in the desert and are given everything they could possibly need from God. They have plenty of food and fine living quarters, yet that still wasn't enough for them. So as typical humans and Jews, they start to complain about wanting more food and better quality food. And they also started to talk bad about Moses behind his back, and how horrible it was that God was only talking to Moses and not the other Israelites. Who knew that in biblical times there were such extreme cases of Lashon Hara? God heard the Israelites gossiping and tried to solve the situation by giving Miriam leprosy. Even though Moses was upset by this, God said that for 7 days she will be separated and sickly to learn that God is the Almighty One and is not to be talked down to. I read an article written by Rabbi Aaron Moss. His words that I'm about to share with you have truly stuck with me and are shaping me into the person I really want to be. He said, "Obstacles are not interruptions to the journey. They are the journey. Every challenge along the way will give you deeper insight and renewed power. Just have faith. It will split your sea." Think about that. Obstacles are not interruptions to our journey. They are the journey. How many times do you think about having something bad happening to you in your day, and all of a sudden it's, oh my God, this is messing up my plans, it's not going the way it's supposed to, and you just start freaking out because it screws up your entire day or week or whatever. This quote gives me so much insight and perspective about life and what our purpose is on this planet. As an adult approaching college, I am very aware of my actions and how everything I do and say, like complaining, has an impact on the people around me. I am constantly put to the test with different challenges, and it comforts me to know that all the things in my life that may appear to be negative in the moment are really obstacles that, when I deal with them, help me to grow and move to a higher place where I know I am capable of achieving more. These obstacles lead me to better choices and places and teach me more in hindsight than I could ever realize in the moment. This insight about myself is what splits my sea. So before we choose to whine and complain about our wants and needs, really take a second to think about it. Maybe for example, the reason why your parents won't buy you that new computer is because it's a struggle you're meant to experience. However, a materialistic one, but you are supposed to undergo this obstacle. When your parents say no to the new computer or to the new car or whatever it is that you want, it may seem devastating and even detrimental to your happiness and well-being. How you handle that experience is what leads you to your growth. When I was a 13-year-old dealing with this problem, little did I know I'd end up getting the next version of the computer when I really needed it, and not just because all my friends had it. The computer analogy is one that I spoke of in my bar mitzvah speech, and what I learned from that experience still sticks with me to this day. As an 18-year-old finishing high school, I have experienced many struggles and obstacles, sometimes daily, as I'm sure many of you do too. I am so grateful to have the ability to make wise decisions, to be there for all of my friends, and to enjoy every moment of my life. We all, myself included, need to make sure that we enjoy every moment of life and try our best not to complain. Instead, say something that you're appreciative for or what you look forward to. Complaining is so negative and frankly a waste of time. It can even lead to Lashon Hara, as it did for the Israelites in this parsha, and it's so clear that they are the ungrateful people at this point in their story. Growth truly happens when we master the thing we're complaining about. Most of the time when we complain, it's because we're verbally expressing our inability to escape laziness. It's easy to sit and complain, but real change happens when you choose to stand up and do something about it. As they said in the 1960s, if you're not part of the solution, you're part of the problem. So my message for you all, to the young and to the not so young, is as you continue on your journey, be a problem solver. Act as Moses once did, by leading others in the right direction and taking positive action to split your sea. Thank you and Shabbat Shalom.
Yasher Koach, Jason. And as you know, Yasher Koach means may the force be with you. So we now come to the Amidah. Please rise.